Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about money. I am excited. I'm not sure why, but this topic always excites me. Now, I decided to record a few videos on money to promote my course, An Ultimate Guide to Wealth. The link is in the description for this video. You can buy it. The information will not be repeated in the course and in the videos that I will make. But it is actually very useful. The course and the videos will be as well. If you do have issues with money, if you have troubles with money, if you're not sure how to heal the relationship with money, the course is perfect for you. I should say this in the course I put exactly the steps that I did to heal my relationship with money, and so will you. Now in today's video, I'm going to talk about NLP practices. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, and as you know, I'm an NLP master. I'm a Reiki master as well, so the second video will be on energetic practices. This one is on neuro-linguistic techniques. So there are a few techniques. There is many of them that you can do to heal your relationship with money. I will give you 5 most popular that I think every NLP coach gives. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like, but I did all of them, and I usually give them to my clients as well. Depending on your kind of on your mind, depending on your character, some practices maybe will be more sufficient, more effective for you or not. But anyways, I will go through all of them, and you can choose which ones you want to do. Now, I do want you to understand that to change your mind is as important as to change your energy. You can change your energy all you want, and that's what happened to me, because I became a Reiki practitioner long before I started practicing NLP. But so I was improving my energy. I had so much more energy, but my mind was still the same, and I had the same issues resurfacing in my life. So it is important to work with your mind as well as to work with your energy. But today we're working with our mind. Now, how does NLP helps with with your wealth, with your relationship with money? Well, neuro-linguistic programming is working with your mind, and if you right now are not wealthy, if you are not having a harmonious relationship with money, then there is some kind of issue. There is some kind of thoughts that are basically stopping you from being wealthy. Your mind is protecting you from wealth. Maybe your mind sees it as a threat, maybe your mind sees it as something uncomfortable, maybe your mind sees it as something unnecessary even. But nevertheless, your mind is blocking you, and we need to fix it. Now, if you will do all the exercise and I will say, no, Anastasia, my mind is not a problem to be wealthy, then maybe it is your energy. Then you will need to increase the energy levels. Energy is also important. Some people have all the right beliefs, but they don't have enough energy. Like, for example, if somebody has a small energy space, they can have all the right beliefs, but their money will be limited because their space is very small. So and you can increase that space. Obviously, I spoke about it in the course, and I will speak about in the second video on energy. So neuro-linguistic programming is important, and working with mind very important. Usually, from my experience with me, from my experience observing my friends, my clients, I can assure you that the problem usually is in the mind. Because if the person has a small energy space, they wouldn't even think about being a billionaires. They're satisfied with little. They have their family, they have their house, and that's it. They don't need much. Like, they're very happy and satisfied with what they have. Now, if you are not satisfied with what you have, if your ambitions are huge and your possibilities are little, then the problem is in your mind. That means that basically you have enough energy space for that something big, but it just doesn't happen because of probably something in your mind. So neuro-linguistic programming is basically a study to to establish the right thoughts, the right mindset for your success. You can use neuro-linguistic techniques for anything in your life, for relationship, but we're talking about mind today. So let's get to the techniques. The first one is you need to rewrite your current financial situation. This is one of the practices that I like very much. And I did my share of rewriting. I still do sometimes, and I rewrite and rewrite and rewrite until I'm completely satisfied with what I have right now. So now how to do it? For example, you have a particular income every month, you have particular expenses every month, and probably you're not satisfied. If you're listening to me right now, you're probably not satisfied with where you're standing. Why? Maybe because you don't have enough left, or maybe you want to have more, maybe you believe you need to have more. So you would need to write the new situation, the new financial situation. What would be ideal for you right now? How much money would you like to make right now? This it helped me once. One of my mentors actually on NLP, she basically told me, Anastasia, you always speak about what you don't like. Tell me what you like. What would be your ideal situation? And I remember I was sitting in my car, I was very emotional. It was pouring rain. I didn't want to drive home. I was crying. I was angry at my bosses, and I was just I was like very emotional. I had a lot of kind of like this compressed energy in me, and so I put everything in my phone. I was writing notes very, very fast, and I wrote exactly how I would want my current situation to be. And funny enough, this is exactly what happened. Half a year after, my situation completely changed to exactly what I wrote to her at that moment. So you will do as well. Usually we tend to focus on what we don't like. Now we should focus on what we would like to have. So instead of focusing on my salary is not enough, you should focus on you should start thinking when your salary will be enough. What are you going to do with that money? Like if you suddenly get a bonus of $20,000, $25,000, $100,000, what are you going to do with that money? Do you have a plan already? Do you know where you're going to invest? Do you know, are you going to pay some debts maybe? What are you going to do with the money? So it is important to focus on desired future instead of what you have now. So you need to rewrite. Basically, you need to write one page of how do you want your situation to look. You can write something like, I work 3 days a week from home and I make $15,000 a month easily. I really enjoy my job. If you want to have a job, obviously. My man pays all my expenses, so I don't have to spend, so I'm only investing in the stocks that I like, something like that. You really need to write this story. So once you will rewrite the story, you need to reread it, like at least once a day. Now I want to tell you something. You need to make sure that what you will write is somewhat believable for your mind. So don't write that you was walking on the street and found a bag with $50,000. If your mind doesn't believe in that, it will never happen. Make sure that it is believable. Start with less probably. So for example, if you are making right now $5,000-6,000 a month, maybe go to $10,000 a month or $12,000 a month or something like that. The more believable it is for the mind, the faster it will happen. When I wrote that story, my ambitions were very, very small, honestly. I wanted to work from home. I wanted not to be bothered by the upper management. I wanted to receive the bonuses easily, and it happened. It happened because the COVID came, so working from home, the bosses were not bothering us, and the bonuses were coming easy because we were not making much effort. So make sure that it is believable. Also, I want to ask you to rewrite your childhood. This is also very important because usually all our programs come from our childhood. So especially rewrite some episodes when you were asking your parents for something and they couldn't give it to you. rewrite it in your way. For example, you're asking your parents for your 15th birthday to buy you a car, or 16th birthday, and they tell you, no, I can't. Instead, rewrite it to something like that you didn't really want a car, or that you decide that maybe you will buy a car later on, or something like that. So rewrite it to somewhat positive situation. Okay, the second one is anchor the feeling of being wealthy. I love this exercise, but it's not very easy for me. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, honestly. But this is a very very potent technique, really. It does bring huge results. So how to do that? You need to find a time in your past when you received some kind of cash, especially if it was unexpected cash, and especially if it was a large sum of money. Maybe somebody gave you a cash present, maybe for the birthday, maybe you received an inheritance, maybe it was like a really unexpected bonus from work, before New Year, especially for Christmas bonuses. Maybe it was something. So it has to be something big, something unexpected, something very pleasant, and remember that time. So if you never received any kind of like big, large sums of money, maybe you won in a lotto, like $100 or something. I remember the first time I won $14 in lotto, I felt like I was owning the world. I felt like I could do it all. I never felt like it's too small. I felt like, my God, it is amazing. So remember that time, remember the feeling, how you felt, and anchor it into something. So you can anchor it in a piece of jewelry. So this is how you do. You basically you have the feeling, you think the feeling, and you look at your ring, let's say, and this ring will always associate with this feeling. So every time you look at the ring, the feeling will come back. I will tell you. So it doesn't have to be jewelry or a thing. It could be a gesture. Like when I became NLP, I was studying NLP, I used to do a lot of gestures, because I will tell you why I'm holding my ear, because I mean, how much jewelry can you buy? And I had a lot of states that I wanted to ground, to anchor. So one of my favorite ones was to hold the earlobe. It was a period I didn't wear any earrings, so I would just hold the earlobe like this, and I had the particular feelings that was grounded, anchored into that gesture. Also, what I was doing, that's very memorable because I still do it. So there was a particular state that I wanted to anchor. Honestly, why I am bringing you this example, because I don't remember. I remember the state, but I don't remember the reason why I wanted it. So it was a very kind of uplifting feelings that I wanted to anchor, and I started anchoring it by cutting the vegetables with left hand. It was very difficult for me because I'm right-handed, and obviously if with the spoon I can eat with left hand, cutting vegetables or anything like with the left hand was very hard for me. So I really practiced for some time until I was able to do it easy. Till now, when I cut something with left hand, like with the knife, not with the scissors, with the knife, I always have this uplifting feeling, and I don't remember why I decided to do it. This is the funniest thing, but the uplifting feeling always comes. So sometimes when I feel sad, I take a carrot or a cucumber, and I just start cutting with the left hand, and my mood miraculously becomes so much better because I anchored that feeling inside of me. So this is what you will need to do. You will need to find what you want to how you will feel when you're wealthy, when you receive large sum of money. You know this feeling. It's like the butterflies are all over you. You're like, can't be, is it true? Like you really, and then you start feeling, my God, what I'm going to do? Should I pay this, or should I save, or should I go buy myself something, or maybe something delicious? I know this feeling. Lucky for me, I was fortunate enough to have this feeling a few times. So you will anchor it to something. Maybe I wouldn't recommend to anchor into a dress or like any piece of clothing, because clothing at one point will be you will have to throw out. I mean, you can't be wearing the clothes all your life, but jewelry is something that will stay with you for longer. So I would anchor it in jewelry or in a gesture. So for example, you can touch your nose every time you feel wealthy, but you would need to do it a few times to anchor the feeling. So this is the second technique. The third technique is have your own resourceful state. Actually, I have the whole 1 hour video on resourceful state, and if you didn't watch it, please watch it. I'm going to put it in the description of this video. But resourceful state is a must for everybody. So there could be many resourceful states, and the resourceful state will change throughout your life, obviously, because you're changing. But since we're talking about money, you need to have a resourceful state corresponding to your money wishes, kind of. Now, what is a resourceful state? It's the state when all your troubles are gone, money-wise, I mean. So imagine you have $10 million. That's it, you know. How will you feel? So you have $10 million. You have enough money to pay anybody and everybody. You have enough money to invest. You have enough money to travel around. You have enough money to speak whatever you want to speak. You have enough money for almost anything. You can be anybody and anything, and you can buy your way out, buy your way in. How would you act when you have $10 million? Probably not that much, but still it would give you a huge boost. So how would you feel? How would you feel when you are having this finances? How would it make you feel? This would be your resourceful state. So anytime you need to recreate resourceful state, you basically need to find that ideal situation. It could not be $10 million, it could be $50 million, I'm not sure, depending on your goals and ambitions. For some people it could be $1 million, I mean, depending where you live also. So that's basically it. You need to find what is your resourceful state. Maybe if you would feel, if you have like $500,000 on your savings account, on your investment account, and it's growing, this would be your resourceful state. You know that you're secure, you have the money. Or maybe if you will have 10 bitcoins, I'm not sure what the prices are there, but you will feel secure. You would need to find your resourceful state. And then out of that resourceful state, you will act, think, and talk differently. You will think about money differently. If you have $10 million in your accounts, how will you think and act and speak about money? Probably your conversations will be completely different. Maybe you wouldn't even be talking much about money at all. Now you will be having different kind of interests, different kind of problems even. Now you will have the trouble to invest money. You need to find somebody who's going to invest you the money. So you need to have the resourceful state. Resourceful state is non-negotiable. I have my resourceful states. I have one now. I had one before. Will be honest, I don't practice much having the resourceful state. I should. The microphone. No. So, but when I need to get myself back into a good state of mind, I always remember the resourceful state. Always. Like for example, when I was healing my relationship with money, I used to play lotto. Right now I'm not playing because I'm not in the country, but when I'm in the United States, I always play lotto. So my resourceful state was, I can win the jackpot anytime. So now I win $250 million. How would I feel? And it was my kind of my game with myself. So I would walk around, like I would go for a walk, or I would walk home instead of driving or taking public transportation. I would just think, and I would just imagine myself how I would feel, how I would act when I have this. So this was my resourceful state, and you should have one also. Doesn't mean that you need to be constantly in your resourceful state, but when you make a decision, certain decisions. So for example, you go to the store and you really like the sandals and you want to buy them, but you're like, well, maybe I should save the money, this and this. Now, will you buy those sandals out of resourceful state? For example, I used resourceful state when I wanted to buy something, and I actually didn't buy because I was in resourceful state, because I wanted to buy something, because my mood was not there. I mean, I was upset. I just wanted to buy something. Now, if I would have $10 million, I wouldn't even look at that thing that I wanted to buy. On the other hand, I also bought something when I was in resourceful state. I did buy one bag for myself like this. So it was a little out of my comfort zone. It was a little pricey, but I got myself in a resourceful state, and I'm like, well, don't I deserve the pricey bag? I should have it. So I did buy it, and I didn't allow myself to feel guilt. So resourceful state is a must, especially when you have to come up with some kind of decisions. Resourceful state will help you a lot, because usually we come with our decisions out of fear, out of worry. So these are not the right decisions usually. Now, another one is visualization. So it's not really visualization, but you need to have like a clear picture of your life. Now, when I told you to rewrite something, is you're rewriting your present financial situation and your past also. When you're rewriting your present and your past, you basically allowing your mind to see clearer and more optimistic into the future. When I told you to have a resourceful state, this resourceful state will basically sustain you that as optimistic as you could be. But the visualization and having a clear picture, this is something for the future. So you can't program something in your mind if you don't know what you want, or if you don't know what would make you happy. And I'm not talking about resourceful state as one thing, but really what would be good for your future in 10 years, where you see yourself, like money-wise. Where would you want to be? Would you want to have in your portfolio a couple $1 million, so you just live off your dividends? I mean, would you want to have a stable passive income that you don't even need to worry about? What is it that you want to do? Or do you want to grow in your career and get like a really good salary? I mean, not everybody wants to. There are people that do want to have jobs, and they want to work. They love their careers. So what would it be? You need to have a clear picture. Now, ideally, you should you should see that picture, and see that picture often, especially when you wake up. Just see yourself how you're going to be promoted, how happy you will be, how you will receive your first paycheck as a promoted like a person that was promoted, and how much is the increase, how happy you are, and how you think. And I remember when I got my first big increase, it was like substantial increase. So my paycheck went from I think from 3 figures to 4 figures, but and I was like, what am I to do with all this money? But my mind was not very set right at that moment. So you need to make sure that your mind is set. So you need to decide on what exactly you want and a time frame. Why I like NLP so much, and also don't like too much, is because NLP is very precise. So you need to have a particular picture and a particular framework, time frame for that picture to come. So for example, you give yourself 2 years to get to a certain position, or you give yourself 2 years to save this amount of money on your savings account. If you put yourself in this time frame, in this like strictness, your mind will work much faster. It will start finding loops and ways to get to that goal that you set for yourself. You will see it will happen. Now it will be stressful, yeah, it will be. It's very masculine, but if you on a time crunch, it's definitely working. So you need to make sure. Now, obviously I can't, this word is just not working for me. What you get, so see this picture, see yourself in this picture, and ground yourself in this vision. This is important. So see yourself as your future what are you going to do, where you're going to be, who you're going to play golf with, and stuff like that. If you don't want to work, then see yourself, for example, you give yourself 2 years to get married to a wealthy guy with the trust fund. See yourself, what are you going to do? Are you going to go to Bell Harbor shops? I mean, where are you going to be shopping, having lunch, who are you going to be socializing, what will be your routine, like that. It is also very important. This is probably something that I don't do much. I should. I mean, I have a picture, but I don't really, I'm flexible with the picture, and as an NLP master, I should be more precise with the picture. But I'm energy of water, so I'm very flexible. It's easier for me like this. Another one is an interesting technique. I didn't practice it much, but I did when I had to. The technique is called modeling. So I will tell you how I did it, and I will tell you, so basically the right way to do it is you need to find somebody who embodies everything that you want. So for example, you want to be a famous singer, so you observe, let's say Taylor Swift. You see how she moves, how she acts, how she kind of makes her decisions. You kind of become her stalker, and then you embody those features in her, in you. So the features that for example, I was watching the video, and it says in the video, because the majority of her fans are young girls, she doesn't wear too many labels, she doesn't endorse labels, and I'm sure she's doing it because she's secure at where she is. So when you will have a lot of money, you probably will be secure, you will be okay with wearing whatever you want to wear, and wouldn't think twice about it. So you're basically copying somebody's behavior, but not everything about their behavior, but what corresponds to your goal. So for example, if it's money, you copy her behavior as a rich person. You don't copy her behavior as a girl whose heart was broken or something like that. So you only copy one part, one side of her behavior. All right, and so if you want to be wealthy, you need to find a wealthy person in your surrounding and learn and kind of copy. Like for example, I was working with very wealthy people, and I remember what I liked about them a lot. They were very calm, majority of them at least. Like I'm talking about really wealthy people, and they would never rush. So if they come to an appointment with me, they were very they would speak kind of slow a little bit. I would slow down with them too. Like you would have really pleasant time, very productive time. No arguments, no shouting, no looking at the phone all the time. Like they were very embodiment of calmness. And I always thought, if I will become calm like this, I can become wealthy like this. So I really like that that behavior from them. Even though these are people from New York, and people from New York are known to be kind of a little aggressive, a little loud, a little this and that, but they were New Yorkers, and yet they were so calm and so composed. Now, what I wanted to tell you, it's better. It should be somebody who you know at least somewhat. So I couldn't be modeling the behavior of Taylor Swift because I don't know her. I don't even know whether I know any of her songs. I only know because I know that she's a famous singer. That's basically all I know about her. And she's tall, I think, and she's beautiful. So that's basically all I know. But I am not sure how she behaves. I'm not sure how she speaks in the interview. So it has to be somebody you really know. Ideally, it would be somebody in your surroundings, somebody that you physically saw and you had communication with. But it's okay if you didn't. I mean, I understand. You can just pick somebody. It's not that hard. I was doing modeling for different reasons. It was not to heal my relationship with money. I was doing for different reasons, and I was modeling women that I never met, I never spoke to. I think I saw a couple of their interviews, but that's for the most part it. I didn't know anything about them. But I was modeling. I was doing different. I was modeling for femininity, for my tantra classes, but I like that exercise. I liked you embody this quality in you. Now, even better if you can model yourself. Let me explain. So imagine, so I'm sitting here and there is a chair in front of me. So I will imagine Anastasia that has $10 million, let's say 2 years from now. So how is she going to look? She probably will be very confident, very poised. She probably will be wearing, I don't know, I don't really much like jewelry, but maybe she would be wearing some kind of some extravagant jewelry, maybe some designer clothes or something like really expensive. Or maybe she will be just very confident about her investments or something like that. So it will be a different Anastasia. So what you need to do, and you can do it with closed eyes or with open eyes, whatever it is easy for you, imagine that version of you, so that rich Anastasia will come, the phantom of that rich Anastasia will come and get inside of me. Now I'm modeling her, I'm embodying that version of me. So how will I act if that fancy Anastasia will become part of me? Now I will have to be super poised and like very confident, very calm, like her. You see what I'm saying? It is a little harder though. But when I understood how it works, I was modeling myself for the most part. So I would create a phantom of me. How would I feel? How would I act? And then I would imagine that I'm walking into this phantom, and that phantom becomes me. It is a little hard to keep that picture in you and act like that for some time, but it does work. At least your body knows how to act. At least it knows how that feeling might be, and it's easy to recreate. So when I was I actually took a whole course on modeling, and I did a lot of modeling, with different people, with different. I actually did even modeling with somebody who's not alive anymore, because I admired her, so I was trying to recreate the phantom. But what I want to say is that it's a good practice. It's a good practice because you can pick some different behaviors. We usually do it anyways. I mean, we see somebody, we admire how they walk or how they sit or how they talk, and we start unconsciously doing it as ourselves. So why not to pick something that will be beneficial? Okay, this is the last one. So let me sum it up. To heal the relationship with money, you must work with mind and energy. Now, in the next video, I will tell you what to do with energy. But in this video, I'm talking only about NLP techniques. So the first one is you need to rewrite your current situation and your past financial situation. We're talking about money. So you need to, you are writing exactly opposite to what you have right now. What would make you happy? What would make your financial situation better? The second one is you need to anchor the feeling of being wealthy into something. It could be a piece of jewelry, it could be some kind of gesture. So for example, you rubbing your nose like this, or maybe you tapping on your forehead or something, and you playing with your hair or something like that. So it could be a gesture, it could be jewelry, it could be, I don't recommend you to do with clothes because it's not as long lasting as jewelry. It could be some kind of action, like me with the left hand, cutting the vegetables with that left hand. This is the anchoring. The third one is you need to have your resourceful state, and if you don't, please watch my video on resourceful state. I will put the link. And then you need to have a vision of where you're moving. So one thing is to rewrite your future and present. You need to have a vision of where you're moving, money-wise, and not only money-wise. So and see yourself there. And the fifth one is modeling. Modeling is basically copying somebody else's behavior, and that somebody has to be what you want to be. So if you want to be wealthy, it has to be somebody wealthy. See how they act, see how they speak, somebody who you admire. You can't really pick a wealthy person that you don't even want to socialize with. So it's better, it will be better if it's somebody who you admire. It would be even better if you model your future self like this. So you imagine yourself 2 years after in front of you, like as a phantom, a rich self, and you just imagine that you walk in, or the phantom walks into you, and you become one, how you will act. So this would be ideal. Okay, this is it for this video. I do hope it's useful. I don't hope, I know it is useful, and I'm happy to share this information with you. Now, this video and the next few, I make them as a promotion to my course, An Ultimate Guide to Wealth. So please, if you need to work with your money, please do buy it. It's on Udemy. It's very easy to navigate and to listen to it, and I'm sure you will have a ton of useful information from it. But I will give useful information regardless, even here. I also had a few more money related videos prior, how you block the money with on different energy levels, and how you can get money in your life. So if you want, watch them as well. All right, thank you everybody for listening. Send it to whoever needs it. Please like and follow, and what is the third one, and comment. I speak like a real blogger now. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.